Update, special update. I'm fired up. I am fired up. Let me tell you. The dollar bulls, they may have won the battle short term, but they have not won the war. You got that? They have not won the war. Conditions have not changed. Reality has not changed. I have seen this 1,000,000 times, if not more. I've been there. I've seen the panics. The Asian financial crisis, the Russian debt default, the Mexican debt default, the crash in 1987. I was on the floor when that happened. All right? What else? The recent crash, 2007 to 2009, long-term capital management. I've seen all of it. And there's one common thread that runs through all of these highly emotional events, and that is they all recover. They all get back to normal. They all get back to what is the reality, the underlying fundamentals, basic conditions that drive everything. And this particular instance will be no different whatsoever. You can't quit. You got to keep fighting. If you can keep your head when others around you are losing theirs, the famous line from Rudyard Kipling's poem, If you can keep your head when others around you are losing theirs. That's what it's all about. It's not easy. It's never easy. But times like this, it becomes monumentally difficult. You have to exert superhuman effort to be able to do it, and most people, it's not that they can't. Understand this. It is not that they can't. It is because they choose not to. Your position's down. You have a drawdown, 30, 40, 50%. It is called an unrealized loss. An unrealized loss. You wait. Those who can't wait are people who deem themselves too important. Important people, you got that? Important people feel like they can't wait. But who gives that designation? You do. That is a self-determined construct. And let me tell you something. Maybe there are times when we as individuals are important. We could be important to our kids. We could be important to our communities. We could be important to our loved ones, whatever. But we can never be so self-important that waiting becomes an inconvenience, that waiting becomes an obstacle. You sabotage yourself when you do that. You elevate yourself and your ego to a level where it will destroy happiness and success without question. That is going to happen. Self-importance is a killer of success and happiness. Who can't wait? I'll tell you who can't wait. People who deem themselves too self-important, and not in the context that I described, where it is a good thing to be needed and to be important. That means you are caring. That means you are giving. People need you for that. And you have an unlimited capacity to give in that regard. And that is a good thing. You are rich in that regard. You are wealthy in that regard. You are unlimited in that regard. You have no lack or inability to provide in that regard. But when you put yourself up there on a level of self-importance where waiting becomes an inconvenience, I don't want to wait. I'm too important for that. I need that now. I need it now. That is ego overriding everything. And that is false. That is phony. That is hollow. That is destructive. That is poisonous. Drink your own poison if you want to. I'm not a party to that. I try to help. I try to educate. I try to school. I try to coach. I try to mentor. Drink your own poison. Drink your own poison. That is fine with me. Absolutely fine with me, because the bodies, the carcasses of all of you who do that, they're laying right down there in front of me. Right down there in front of me. I don't even step over them. I step on them and I walk past. I've seen this before 1,000,000 times. I've seen it 1,000,000 times and I'm fired up. I'll tell you something. I sold more dollars today. Yes, I did. I have never been more sure of anything in my life. And by the way, everything I said in the past is coming true right now. Months ago, maybe more than a year ago, I said that the United States economic warfare against not just its enemies, but its allies, this ratcheting up of tariffs and sanctions and economic attack designed to be a form of economic warfare. Look, there's no difference between this and a military bombing a supply line. Make no mistake about it. And Russia, even today, said further sanctions will be deemed economic warfare in their eyes. And let's hope it doesn't lead to the real kind of warfare, because then all of this stuff is irrelevant. It's all moot, because we're all dead. We're all vaporized. But that is what it is. Make no mistake. Now, maybe the end game is a worthy goal. I don't know. I mean, for 5 decades, the United States has been in a position where we got the goods, they got the dollars. Goods are finite. We need goods. You can't eat dollars. You can't live in dollars. You can't clothe yourself with dollars. You can't drive around in a dollar bill. Goods are finite. They require the labor of individuals. They require the consumption of resources in order to create. They require brain power and innovation. Pushing a button on a computer to credit somebody's bank account with unlimited, infinite dollars, that takes nothing. Takes the push of a finger. That's what we had. Now they want to turn it around. And maybe that's a good thing. Who am I to judge? In my opinion, it doesn't sound like a great deal for us, but maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe we need to use, instead of 78% of our industrial capacity, maybe we need to use 80% or 85% or even 90%. Who am I to judge? That's all I'm saying. So maybe the end goal is the right goal. But in the meantime, what happens? You lose abundance. You know, the great economist Adam Smith, who wrote The Wealth of Nations, he said the very definition of wealth is abundance. What kind of policy limits that? What kind of policy deems lack as something admirable, as something that we want, and as something that is positive? What kind of marketplace, I will ask you this as we are seeing it playing out in front of our eyes, deems lack as a positive? Well, I'll tell you which marketplace, the foreign exchange market. Is it right? Is it right? Let me ask you, was it right when the stock market in 2007, 2008, when the Dow went from 14,000 to 6,400, was that right? And now it's at 25,000? Doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look right to me. So that's an example. And there are a lot more examples. There are a lot more examples. I don't need to tell you that. There are a lot more examples. So yeah, you dollar bulls, you won a battle, and today's not even over. Who knows? You won a battle, you did not win a war. And for those of you who are technically inclined, all right, if you look at the peak of the dollar index in 2017 at 103.81, if you look at a trough, what was it, earlier this year? Maybe it was like late last year at 88.15. A 50% retracement of that is 96, where we are now. A 61.8% retracement of that, that's a common Fibonacci level. That would be 97.8, 97.9. So, yeah, this is all within the bounds of a correction. And I will repeat, for the umpteenth time, when this whole thing got started with the Fed rate hike, because they're all running around, the Fed's raising rate, the Fed's raising rate. That's the reason why the dollar's going up. Okay, the dollar index was at 99, 7 rate hikes later, and 2 more coming. Everybody knows that. It's at 96. Which is bigger? Is 99 bigger than 96? Or is 96 bigger than 99? You tell me. I'm just a dumb New Yorker. What do I know? I'll take a guess. How about that? I think 96 is beneath 99. I don't know. I'll go out on a limb and say that. Let me see. 7 rate hikes. Rates make the dollar go up, right? All right, well, we started, it was 99. Now it's at 96. Yeah, some currencies. And by the way, you could go back in all these currencies and not a single one, even the British pound, not a single one is below where it was in December 2015 when the Fed started to raise rates. Not a single one. Wow. Wow. I'm fired up. You won the battle. You didn't win the war. I'm still here, folks. I am still here. 4 months. I got a lot of crybabies. It's not working out before. Hey, Mike, your approach is great. I love MMT, the mental game. I've been making money for the first time in my life. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I could live off of this. I lost my job, but now I'm paying my bills. Now it's like, oh, this thing sucks, man. This thing's no good. System fairy. The search begins. All right, everybody. Think about it. Let it sink in a little bit. Let it sink in a lot. How about that? Bye.